Yo, what's good everybody? Welcome back to the channel, your #1 spot for everything New York Yankees, with the kind of real talk and deep dive analysis you won't get anywhere else. Before we get into the heavy stuff that's buzzing behind the scenes at the stadium, I gotta ask you for that favor. If you're new here, or if you've been rocking with me for a while and still haven't hit that button, do me a solid and subscribe right now. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single update. Your support is everything. It's what lets me keep bringing you this exclusive intel and detailed breakdowns. And please smash that like button. It helps the algorithm push this out to more of the faithful. Alright, you did it? Good. Let's get down to business because we have a massive update on one of the most important bats in our lineup. The news we've all been waiting for finally seems to have a clear timeline. I've been making some calls, connecting some dots, and the situation with our guy Big G Giancarlo Stanton is looking very, very good. The main piece of intel, which was backed up by SNY's Andy Martino, a source who is locked in and legit, is that Stanton's return is no longer a matter of if, but when in June. Yeah, you heard me right, this month. That is absolutely massive. Martino was clear in his reporting, stating that while manager Aaron Boone is still playing it close to the vest, not officially announcing the next steps, the chatter behind the scenes is buzzing with optimism. The most reasonable speculation, and I can tell you it lines up with what I'm hearing internally, is that Stanton, who's down in Tampa ramping up, could start a minor league rehab assignment as early as next week. Let's break down what this means in practical terms. Stanton isn't just doing some light workouts, he's in full-on baseball activities. He's been taking live at-bats, facing real pitchers for a little while now. That's a huge tell. It means the body is responding and the power is coming back. The injury tendonitis in both elbows is a nasty one for a power hitter like him because it directly impacts his swing mechanics and the ability to generate that explosive force. The fact that he went through multiple rounds of platelet-rich plasma PRP injections and is now swinging without any apparent setbacks is the best case scenario we could have hoped for. Boone, in his presser before the game against the Cleveland Guardians on June 4th, confirmed Stanton had a full workout day and that more info would be coming in the next 24 hours. That statement, while cautious, is basically setting the stage for the official rehab announcement. Now let's analyze the impact. The New York Yankees, even without Stanton, have been an offensive juggernaut. We lead the American League in runs scored with 322. We've got a rock-solid record of 37-23, holding a comfortable 5.5 game lead atop our division. That shows you the depth and talent on this roster. Guys like Aaron Judge and Juan Soto have been carrying the load in spectacular fashion, but adding Stanton to this already potent offense is like pouring jet fuel on a fire. Stanton isn't just another bat. He's an intimidating presence in the middle of that lineup, a guy with 429 career home runs, the active leader in the game. Last season, he hit 223, 298, 275, but it's the playoffs where he turns into a different animal. Remember his performance last postseason, a 1.048 OPS with 7 bombs. He is an October player, and getting him back healthy and in a groove before the All-Star break is an immense strategic luxury. The big question now, and I know it's one that Boone and Brian Cashman are wrangling with, is how the lineup card gets written out when he returns. It's a lock that Stanton won't be seeing much, if any, time in the outfield. His primary role will be as the designated hitter, DH. This creates a good problem for the team. How do you fit all this talent in? Ben Rice and Paul Goldschmidt, names that have been floated in roster discussions, might platoon with him, or maybe we'll see Boone get creative with some unconventional defensive alignments to get the best bats in there every single night. We could see a heavier rotation at first base and DH, depending on the opposing pitcher, righty or lefty. Stanton's return forces the Yankees to be creative and flexible, but above all, it makes our offense, already the league's best, even deeper and more dangerous. His presence protects other hitters in the lineup and completely changes how opposing pitchers have to game plan against us. We're talking about an impact that goes way beyond his individual numbers. It's about the structure and the pressure our entire offense imposes. His return to the Bronx is coming, and it should put the rest of the league on high alert. While Stanton's return is a massive internal boost, The Yankees front office, as always, is scanning the market for external upgrades, especially with the trade deadline creeping closer. And one position that has been a source of instability for us is third base. This is where a familiar and very interesting name is resurfacing: Ryan McMahon of the Colorado Rockies. The suggestion came from Zach Scott, the former interim GM of the Mets and now an analyst for SMY, who flagged McMahon as a logical, high-impact target for the Yankees. And I gotta say, his analysis makes a ton of sense, especially when you look past the surface-level numbers. First, let's set the scene at third base. DJ LeMahieu, our guy, missed the start of the season with an injury and is still trying to find his timing at the plate. Oswaldo Cabrera had a scorching hot start to the season, but has cooled off considerably. John Berardi is a nice utility piece, but he's more of a Swiss Army knife than a permanent solution at the position. We need stability, both with the glove and the bat, at the hot corner, and McMahon presents an intriguing profile. The first thing many will point to are his career offensive numbers, which don't exactly jump off the page. A .240 average, .323 on base, .117 slugging with 130 homers. Critics will say those numbers are inflated by playing half his games at Coors Field, a hitter's paradise, and they're not wrong. His career road OPS is a meager .6158, and his WRC+, a metric that adjusts offensive production for park and league factors, has never been above 97, with 100 being league average. However, and this is where the real scouting comes in, McMahon's underlying data tells a completely different story. As Zach Scott put it, his underlying performance is a little bit better than the surface. He's absolutely right. According to Baseball Savant, McMahon is having a brutally unlucky season. His average exit velocity is in the 98th percentile of the entire league at 94.00 mph. His hard hit rate is in the 86th percentile at 50.7%. His walk rate is in the 91st percentile at 13.9%. What do these numbers tell us? They tell us he is absolutely crushing the ball, but hitting it right at people. He's being disciplined at the plate, drawing walks, and when he makes contact, it's elite contact. This screams positive regression is coming. You take him out of the dysfunctional environment of the Rockies, who have the worst record in baseball at 1250, and you plug him into our lineup, protected by Judge and Soto, with the short porch in right field as a target for his lefty swing, and the offensive potential is explosive. But McMahon's real value, and what makes him so damn attractive to the Yankees, is his glove. He is, without a doubt, one of the premier defensive third basemen in all of baseball. While he's never won a Gold Glove, the advanced metrics paint him as elite. Since becoming the full-time third baseman in 2021, he's racked up 59 defensive runs saved, DRS, and 43 outs above average, OAA, both near the top of the league at his position. This season alone, he already has 9 DRS and 5 OAA. Getting a glove like that at the hot corner would stabilize our entire infield and give our pitchers even more confidence. Of course, the issue is the asking price. The Yankees reportedly kicked the tires on McMahon last year, but talks went nowhere. The Rockies are notoriously reluctant to trade their core pieces. However, their situation is untenable. McMahon is on an extremely team-friendly contract. He has 2.5 seasons left on a 6-year, $70 million deal. That makes him even more valuable, as he's not a short-term rental. To get him out of there, Brian Cashman is going to have to give up quality prospects. We're talking a package that would likely have to include 1 or 2 of our top young guys. Names like Spencer Jones or Chase Hampton might be on the table. But for a player who solves an immediate need, provides elite defense, has massive untapped offensive potential, and is under contract for the long haul, that price might just be worth it. So what we have here are 2 potentially huge moves. One internal, with the imminent return of Giancarlo Stanton, which promises to take our offense to an even scarier level, and one external, the possibility of going after Ryan McMahon, which would solve the third base problem once and for all with a combination of elite defense and offensive upside. That's a perfect fit for our ballpark. Stanton's return feels like a lock. The McMahon trade is a real possibility that you know the front office is evaluating. Now, I want to hear from you. What's your take on these moves? Is Stanton's return the final piece of the puzzle to lock up the AL East and make a real run for the World Series? And what about Ryan McMahon? Would you be willing to part with top prospects to bring him to the Bronx, betting on his upside and that incredible glove? Drop your comments below. I read all of them. Let's debate. Let's talk strategy. And don't forget, if you want to keep getting deep dive analysis and exclusive news like this, the best way to support me is to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share this video with other Yankees fans. Stay tuned for more.